Smash the like button. Share this live. Shout out to all y'all, man, that's rocking with SBGB TV. Appreciate y'all.
I had to chastise T-Rail though, because I'm like, bro, like, you don't, why you aiding and abetting with Flakko behavior? You know, we come from a different demographic. That ain't straight, bro. That's you a assistant snitch now. You know what I'm saying?
I do agree that like whatever negative energy people have towards Flakko, they should just take out on T-Rail because
he's stupid.
Well, he's like a gang member, I guess, and he's like out here like, you know, frontlining with Flakko. So I mean, shit.
He absolutely let Flakko put him in a trick bag though, because Flacco's, you know, gonna fly away and go wherever he goes. T-Rail's in the city and he's, you know, participating in that type of stuff. But T-Rail also has made it clear he wants to separate himself from the gangster shit. Just because it's back on Fig don't mean that we got to bring all the Hoovers. And he's been saying this for years now.
So let me ask you,
you can't have orange couches.
That's what the Hoovers.
I just left there. It was an orange Christmas tree.
Hey, being real though, the boy Moose Man speaks well. Yeah, he speaks well. You know, it's hard for Wack to deal with people that speak well. You know, that stand behind what they say. They articulate what they're saying well. And from what we see with him, he's articulating himself about shit that's going on. Even though he's not a part of the gang stuff, he's still articulating the shit that he's seeing and what's going on. You know, this would need everybody up there at No Jumper need to have a different opinion instead of going with what Wack is saying. Everybody. I don't care what Wack say. It should be go against him every time. Straight up.
Just that back on Fig?
Like last month.
Last month. Okay. Not like just now.
I have a question, Adam.
Sure.
Where does Flakko stand in the company right now? I gotta know.
Oh,
is he fired?
I said
kicked out the group chat,
but
and then you got added, bro. So where does Flakko stand right now with Adam Deuce?
Okay, well, I will say this is that despite what Moose Man may have claimed on the podcast, Moose Man has not directly been involved with any sort of demotion or anything like that with Flakko. The truth is that in the lead up to Flakko exposing the stuff about who allegedly killed Draco, and then the lead up to the Moose Man Flakko beef or whatever, like before all that, Flakko was not really doing anything for No Jumper besides helping out a little bit with the news topics. Now, the reason why he was removed from that duty was entirely because I was sitting there on the news and everybody was complaining about how they were getting the topics 10 or 15 minutes before the news would start and how they felt like they didn't have any time to prepare anything. So the only stuff that they were able to cover on the news was stuff that was, you know, that you could watch on the news, AKA like 1 minute or less clips. And I just felt like that was unacceptable. Remo's already getting the topics together for the Tuesday show, the Wack show, etc. So I was like, let's just have Remo do the news topics as well, and we can kind of take that away from Flakko and try to get everybody the topics earlier. So, I mean, that was the only thing that Flakko was doing. He used to be more involved with the Instagram account. That era ended a while back. He used to be on the podcast somewhat consistently. That ended a while back. So he already wasn't really doing anything for No Jumper. The only thing that happened this week that stands out is that he was removed from the group chat. And the reason why I removed him from the group chat was because I felt like he had too antagonistic of a relationship with multiple people that are actually part of No Jumper on a daily basis on the podcast, i.e. Munchie and Moose. And then also he really was like just talking hellish to Flock to Ball, who is granted not really on the podcast.
You just laugh and then you get on the wrath of Flock.
Flakko got too cocky. You know, he started getting money. They say, you know, people change when they get money, and then some people say money don't change them. When you start getting some paper that you ain't had before, it's going to change anybody. You just don't know how it's going to change you. It's going to bring out the person you really are. It's going to change you. It could change you to be bad. It could change you to be good. But it's going to change you. You know, and Flakko start making some money He got a consistent flow of getting his own paper, and he's, showing people who he really is. People used to pick on Flakko, talk about Flakko. So now he got his own money. He feel like he can say whatever and can't nobody do nothing to him because he got his own money. Now it's Adam can't fire me because I'm establishing my own shit. So he just showing everybody who he really is.
Yeah, ball wasn't even popping it or nothing. I mean, just catching straight.
I had conversations with certain people where they told me like, yeah, I don't even be talking in the chat because Flakko's in there and he just feels like a op. So, I mean, if he were to like, seem interested in creating more peaceful relationships with people on the podcast, I would definitely be open to him being in that group chat again. Obviously, that ship seems like it's probably sailed with Munchie. If Flakko wants to do a podcast with me when he comes back, wherever, we could talk about this shit at length. But it just seemed kind of like, we have a dude in the group chat who is realistically seemingly causing all of these problems, but then he's not actually like doing anything for the business. And granted, we're cool with him, we're friends with him, but it just felt like it was having a negative effect, a chilling effect, if you will.
I can't wait till Adam has this energy for Wack. The way that he has this energy with, all the other hosts, because I really feel like Adam is just doing business with these guys, right? So it's really not too much of a personal attachment because he understands that this is business, and when you're doing business, people come and they go. You know what I'm saying? But with Wack, Wack is like that little fly that continues to keep coming back. And you're like, man, go ahead, get out of here. He's that fly that keep popping up. And you got to really catch him with the fly swatter and swat him good so that he don't fly again. So I can't wait till he got that energy with Wack. You know what I'm saying? The same energy that he has with anybody else till he got that energy with Wack. Like, man, listen, and call it out for what it is, because Wack brings you money on the show, okay, but damn, he's costing you money as well because he got you a lawsuit and he act like he ain't had nothing to do with it. Somebody that brings that type of lawsuit to my establishment and then act like they didn't do it, it lets you know what they'd do with anything.
Why don't you have that same stance with the other older fella that you pod with? He pretty much goes at every single host.
And I said that right on time.
I feel like kind of devalues a platform by you're saying these are our new hosts we trying to build up, and then you have this other guy who's a big dog, has a voice in this platform that matters to a lot of fans, and he's constantly tearing down host after host up here, and you've never reined him in. It's like you're USA, he's Israel, and you're just allowing him to
most
genocide.
Important thing, he is someone who's consistently on the podcast, on the channel, helping create content. So that's way different than Flakko. That being said, bro, I'm trying to get you back cool with this person, and now it feels like you're like kind of just deepening the whole.
Like, do I have to keep my mouth shut on honest criticisms of him to be cool with them? Then I don't want to be cool with them.
But maybe we could get you cool with him, and then you could kind of unleash some of these criticisms on the podcast from the place of being cool with him. Bro.
Hey, listen, I like how he said that. Yeah, do I gotta bow down to him and don't speak my opinion just to be cool with him? Now, I'm not doing that. But this is what a lot of people that get around him do. And you see, Adam is used to the people doing that. From him saying what he just said, he's used to the people doing that. Whenever they have a discrepancy with Wack, go ahead and just bow down to him right now, and then y'all get cool, and then you can say something. Nah, I want to establish from the door that I don't like his personality, that I don't like how he goes at everybody that works here, because he talks slick about the boy. You ain't nobody. You only got 600 followers. Why would I want to be cool with somebody that knows that I'm trying to establish myself, but then you talk down about I don't got this, I don't got that, because you've been doing this longer than me. So I gotta bow down because he's used to getting this. Nah, I ain't with that. Straight up.
It just lined up with the Flakko thing you were just saying, so that's why I asked. We don't got to talk about Wack a bunch. You know what I'm saying?
We always must talk about Wack.
I already got the gag order, so I'm gonna stop. You know,
no, I'm not
up
trying
on the old
to
guy. You know what I'm saying?
And I think ultimately there's a way for you to like communicate what you think about Wack to him without it, while still having like somewhat of a relationship, which I think is valuable. Sure. It's just.
But that's why Wack is able to do what he does. When you listen to what Adam is saying right there. Oh, I think it's a way that you could communicate with Wack without doing this. Why? Wack doesn't do that with nobody else. Whenever he talk about somebody else, he's not thinking about making sure they're comfortable before he talks about them. He just does it. And you don't say this to Wack, though. You should say this same thing to Wack when he's going at each and every one of your hosts that's up there. Hey, man, take it easy. You ain't got to go at him like that. Get to know that person first. You know, stop just hating from the door. Get to know them. You don't even know the person. The people that come on the show that are hosts on there after Wack, they already know Wack's personality because he done displayed this shit all across the internet. Everybody can see who he is. So it ain't like they're not seeing the person because they ain't seen him before. Wack hasn't seen these individuals before, so he don't know them, and he goes at them. These people are watching this dude lie, manipulate, cause a whole bunch of confusion, bring violence to the building. Of course, they're going to have an opinion on him, you know, and anybody that got common sense would understand, man, I ain't getting cool with that dude. Straight up. Everything about him says he's not right. I'm not getting cool with him.
Probably gonna have to like start with a show of like, yo, I'm cool with you or whatever. But you guys should definitely get on the podcast together. Although I know what you're thinking, which is like, it's gonna be you saying your opinion and then him just yelling over you and calling you a pussy and a bitch or whatever.
Yeah, that's true with me.
Is it gonna be a real thing when you see Wack? Like, is that like a real thing?
I don't do no fake shit up here, doughboy. I just speak my opinion. Everything that I do is real. It's not like I want to kill the dude.
Because he said he was gonna slap the shit out of you and he put it on Pyro.
I mean, that little 5'5" little fat dude could say whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't turn nothing down, my boy.
Hey, honestly, bro, I don't think nothing wrong with giving critique on somebody podding.
Yeah, because I'm never disrespectful.
You never called him
out. If I was disrespectful, then I would understand he want all that smoke. But when I'm being reasonable and I feel like you're being unreasonable, I got to stand on my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because
can you pod with him?
Yeah, of course. I could pod with anybody. I could pod with a, you know what I'm saying, a neo-Nazi. I could pod with anybody because I could challenge them and I feel like I get my shit off it.
And Wack doesn't like for somebody to have their own opinion. Straight up. This is why all the people on Clubhouse, they agree with everything he's saying. You can't have your own opinion around Wack. And if you do, he's going to start disrespecting you because you're not agreeing with him. You got to lie with him. You got to agree with all of his lies. You got to be what he wants you to be for him to accept you. And when you're not that, you ain't nobody.
I'll sit down with anybody and I don't got to fight no one. That's not my whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
I agree that you're a great communicator.
I appreciate that. For sure. I fool with Munchie.
That's going to be a crazy episode when we get them in the same room.
Yeah, it is.
What do you think is going to happen, Adam?
I'm not the one calling people yelling at them. You know what I'm saying? That's not me.
I already told Moose, I'm like, I'm going to bring y'all together and he's not going to do anything because I'm going to tell him not to.
That's not my whole thing.
Man, let me ask you a question.
Hey, listen, Adam. Come on, Adam. Come on, Adam. You got to relax, bro. You got to relax, man. You can't even say that like that, bro. Oh, he's not going to do nothing because I'm going to tell him not to. That shit happened outside of No Jumper. You ain't had no control. We know Wack's not going to do nothing anyway because he's not like that. He's only going to intimidate the people that he can intimidate. We know this. But we know you ain't got no control over saying what Wack going to do or what he not going to do. You ain't got no control because he go at any of the hosts up there that he want to. Straight up. We know that. Whoever he want to talk about and disrespect, he was calling into the show purposely disrespecting your employees. And, you know, people had to ask you, man, come on, man. He disrupting the show. But let Wack tell you, oh, he's bringing the views to the show. But all he's doing is making the people at the show look bad. Like, hold on. But he don't want that with him. Somebody call when he on the show and say some shit. He don't want that.
On a violent level, I mean.
Do this door lock?
I don't think so.
All right.
Why?
Well, how Wack little goons stay out there while they pod, and if it go back, because this not a little bitty guy.
Moose?
So I don't know why,
nigga.
Well, why people think he's just a walk in the park.
You think he can knock
and
Wack
even
out?
for the what they call you said what?
You think he can knock Wack out?
Here we go.
No, I think anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
And he not a little bitty dude.
He not scary. And he from Sacramento.
Yeah, just because a person square don't make him scared.
Munchie B say he not a little bitty dude. Can Munchie B see a little bit, man? Hey, Munchie, man, can you see a little bit, bro? Hold up. Munchie said he not a little itty bitty dude. Yeah, unless somebody informed him that he got some size on him. But, I really think people do be giving Munchie details on a lot of things. But the way he said that is like he could see a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button.
And then
Absolutely.
Even like for the not the tuners but the squares, man, they be working out. Ricky be running along the beach and shit. I don't know what people
He got power behind him.
He plays soccer and shit.
Like he got stamina running up and down the soccer board. I mean, soccer field. You don't stop running. I mean, I just don't underestimate people, bro. I don't know why niggas think because they from a gang, you got an automatic W.
Yeah, and I don't think Wack's even on that, but that's his whole thing. That's his whole content is kind of turning up on people and yelling at people and stuff. So I get it.
He definitely on that. Like, and for y'all to be cool, just tell him go to the bank and get a Scrabble real fast. Tell everybody else to stand down and let y'all get that out the way.
I feel like we don't even have to do that.
I don't think
we can talk it out. I
don't think it had to go to that either. But I just
Wack said his mama. I'm lost. What did I?
He said he was gonna slap him, and he put it on my room.
But none of that shit really means nothing.
Yeah, that's playing the dozens.
I get it. But I'm not a guy that's like, what am I? There's gonna be a ton of people that say that I can't crash out on everybody.
You'll never take a 50-year-old that shoot mama joke serious.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
that just showed me that I got him in that exchange. And when you have to resort to that type of stuff, it's like you can't, contend with me intellectually. You got to resort to that. I got you, my boy.
I respect that perspective because you're like in that aspect, you're a better man than I am.
In elementary, mama jokes.
Hey, listen, Sporty Face, man, you ain't pull up on Wack yet, bro. You gotta relax, man. You ain't pull up on Wack at all, bro. Wack disrespected you a lot worse than he did him, and that's a fact. You ain't pull up on him. You ain't do nothing, man. Straight up. Hey, listen, you at the same place he at every week. You got access to the spot just like he got access to the spot. You ain't pull up on him, bro. So you can't say he a better man than you. I think he a little bit smarter than you, if we being real. You know what I'm saying? Because he going at Wack. We don't see you going at Wack. You've been at No Jumper for a couple months now, and you are not going at Wack like you should. You should be going at him right on the show, saying things. But you I guess got these politics. You saying you ain't a gang member, you don't rock with the gangs no more, but you living by these politics. And that's what's, getting you a situation. And if he did get a DP, how do you get a DP if you ain't gangbanging? I don't get that. Yeah. I ain't sitting there rumbling nobody for no cause of the gang if I ain't in the gang. So that one right there, I don't get that.
Get you hurt.
Yeah,
get you socked on fast.
Like I just don't.
Now,
my whole thing about is that he disrespect everybody to the max, and then he wants you to bow down.
Yeah.
He wants you to break your life
part.
story and be cool with him. Bro, we ain't gotta do. I mean, that's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to part. That's cool. I don't want you to do that and all that.
You think No Jumper would be better without Wack?
Woo, that's a poll.
Ooh, that's a powerful question.
That's a poll. Throw it up.
All right, we got the members.
No,
on the
but I
chat.
will say this about Wack. Wack is a really good podcaster. Like outside of everything, that knows how to pod.
He's a good
He knows how
entertainer
to
for
talk.
sure. He's a good
He knows how to bring engagement. So
Well, why do
I don't
every
know about all that
why
controversy,
every
though,
topic
for
turn
sure.
into a him story?
you said what?
Every topic he covered turned into a story about him.
That's how you got to shape the podcast to kind of dance around that.
Yeah, see, you gotta see y'all be one on one, and so you know because I remember back in the days, me and Suge. Oh, see, you wasn't even there back there. See, you knew, Adam. You knew this.
But that's what I feel
You a
about
white boy.
I feel about Wack. Like what I feel about Wack is like he's the American dream. Like he survived the
Nightmare
gang banging
dream.
trenches. He really went through and as much as I don't get into
American Dream. What?
no, he is though. That went to prison for like 20 years and
Nigga,
like
we all been in
he
prison.
came out.
He
and
went, I
We all
think
been
7
in
years.
prison, nigga.
but he's a millionaire.
I mean, that's cool. Now anybody can make a millionaire. We all trying to.
So
make
that's
a
what I mean
we
by
all
the
success
American
stories.
dream,
He
like,
just
no.
been here. No, that nigga
Hey,
don't get no extra
hey,
points. That
hey.
nigga doing all.
Wait.
That nigga
Are
ain't
you
doing it the
telling
right
me
way.
that?
No,
Are
no.
you telling?
That's not the
I'm
American
asking
dream,
you.
bro.
I'm asking you.
I'm telling you, no.
No.
So no, you don't even know what I'm
It
asking.
don't
you.
matter. No.
Okay, so what I'm
Let him
asking you,
land.
Spody, is this went to prison for several years, came out, worked with Suge Knight. He is managing one of the biggest artists in Blueface. That doesn't mean no.
One of the biggest
Credence to
artists.
the-
I don't know about.
He's a scam artist, bro.
I love.
Hey, the boy Doughboy glazing Wicked 100 on a whole nother level. Like he got the spit shine out there. And I just got, some information sent, right? And we gonna play that in a minute. Why we see now that Doughboy is scared of Wack. Yeah, Doughboy scared of Wack. That's what it is. Wack got him shook daddy. And we gonna go over that. You know what I mean? Wack done pressed Doughboy before. Doughboy don't want no smoke with Wack. He think Wack is a goon. So of course he gonna rep whatever Wack repping. Cause he think he's some goon. He say, he did several years in prison and like, come on, bro. Anybody can get beat up and knocked out. That don't mean just because you went to prison and like, hold up. I mean, you gotta agree with somebody because they've been in prison and because you scared of the nigga. Okay, I see what's going on, man. That's what it is.
Blueface,
I don't care about none of that.
Blueface is a big artist.
Hey, the soul of Lush hopped in you for a minute, huh?
No, not at all. But I can respect what he has done. Like he came from like the odds were stacked against him,
The
and
odds
he really
got stacked against all of us, bro. We all got opportunity. Yeah, he's further along than a lot of people. But he been out 50 years. Of course, if I had a 30-year run, they gotta be way more than nigga. Man, bro.
No, he has been out like 30 years.
Doughboy,
When the last time he been in prison?
his game bang career is very short.
Trash.
Right, so he say
I can't even speak to that.
no. I'm just gonna use the words he say. He say he started banging the year I was born. I was born in '89.
Okay.
Then he went to prison in the early '90s. Did 7 years. He got out, started driving trucks, and never looked back. He didn't really go through shit.
This is what I respect. He has been out of prison for several years.
I commend that.
And he
said
knows
several years. He been out-
several years.
Longer than you know how long is several?
Our definition.
What would you say is several? He has been out of jail for a very long time, and he has built an empire. Like we gotta at least give that a little bit of respect. Like Wack does his stuff.
That's cool.
Wack ain't got no damn empire. Straight up. Yeah, Wack ain't got no empire. I can see Doughboy fall for anything. Yeah, like Wack doesn't have an empire, bro. We would see, some establishments, some buildings, some shit that is generating money without Wack. We don't know anything about Wack having some establishments that he got people working for him and generating money without him being involved. Let's just be real. For Wack to be as known as he is, he doesn't have not one employee. Not one. And that's a fact. We all seen when he tried to, when he did the PPP loan, that nigga ain't had no employees on there, man. Straight up. If he was so much in position and had an empire, he would have some employees, man. and this is just a fact. Adam has multiple employees. Multiple. This is an empire. What Adam has. Yes. What Wack has is some old foo-fafi shit, some fantasy make you believe he's this, that, and the third. People ain't saying, yo, I got a job through Wack. Wack pays me. Like, come on, man. Like, hey, yo, Doughboy. We gonna get to that in a minute, though. But you doing too much, my man. You gotta relax, Doughboy. Straight up. You really gotta relax, bro.
Ooh, but I think just like the dynamic that Adam's looking for, the Wack fits in that. He tried it with Dame Dash. He needs like the agitator guy to go at Adam's neck, and then he works for that. I've watched almost every Adam and Wack show, and most of the time it's entertaining. Sometimes it's not, but I think Adam needs that. But I think just the going at the host, the inner turmoil stuff, I think Adam could rein him in on that and still have a great show and still build up other hosts and not allow Wack to
I will always
destroy
tell
everybody.
Wack, like, yo, like, we got to build the team, or we're not going to be able to have like a team vibe if you just keep beefing with everybody. And then inevitably someone on the team says something about him, and then that clock gets reset, and then he takes that and he starts just heaping hatred on them, trying to expose them, whatever, which is definitely what he's probably got planned for you.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just looking at my text with him. He said that the essays down here are not going to be able to save you.
Man,
I see the genius.
They already tapped in with me and said Wack don't dictate nothing with no brown politics.
A lot of the
none
Browns
that goes
don't like
down.
him, bro.
Yeah,
Straight up. Yeah. The Mexicans don't rock with Wack. We know that. They don't rock with Wack, but Wack will try to manipulate you and make you think that he's well connected with them. Straight up. And that's one thing we know about other cultures. They not going against their own people for no damn Wack 100. Like, not at all. We see that with Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross people, the Jews is not going against Aiden for Wack. Never. They will never, ever, ever embarrass their culture for Wack 100. The Mexicans, they will never, ever, ever embarrass their culture for Wack 100. That shit don't work like that. That's the shit that he do amongst black people. Yeah, he can manipulate them and shit like that. Yeah, ain't no unity there. So he can try that within the black culture, but other cultures, they not buying that shit. They not buying it. And I'm just being real. But he'll try to manipulate somebody to make them think by saying something. And the boy already said, man, they done tapped in with me already. Listen, we ain't riding with no Wack 100. For what? Who is he? The boy ain't right. I guarantee you the Mexicans is saying the bull police. I guarantee you. Anybody with common sense would tell you, man, that dude is far from right. Yeah, don't nobody brag about getting people indicted and they not be the police. Like, you really excited about getting somebody indicted, but then turn around and say this person snitching. Like this is wild. People should definitely see that. Nigga, you excited about putting cases on people. Yeah, they told on themselves. Like, what? How is people even, going with anything he's saying when a nigga's sitting there telling you that he's excited to put you in a situation so that you can get yourself a case? Who thinks about shit like that? If we being real, what type of individual is sitting there setting their mind up to say, yo, I'm gonna get him up here so he can tell on himself for the police? Man, that's some shit. You can be beefing with a nigga, right? And you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can have beef with a nigga, right? Who thinks of that? You feel me? They say, hold up, I'm going to get him up here so he can give the information to the feds and get locked up. I'm going to be his friend so he can come up here and the feds can hear everything, and then I get him locked up, and now He told on himself. Who thinks of some shit like that? Man, that's some police shit.
He's always talking how bad on Mexicans. He can't say nothing about no Mexicans.
Doughboy seems to be of the opinion that because he's been successful in business, that nobody should be able to criticize him.
That's how he acts too.
No. But Wack is really good at what he does.
Diaper company, bro.
But to be a street and to come from what he came from, like he's really good at what he does. Like, let's just talk about potting. It takes a lot to be able to sit next to
I feel
Adam.
like you're having a different conversation.
Yeah, I think it's
because I think everybody in this room could definitely probably agree that like he's pretty
Popular,
good at podcasting. He can make shit that people care about.
Just like Charleston White is, but we don't respect them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're the same, but I'm just saying people can be popular and successful and not be morally, on point or any of that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's the difference between Charleston White and Wack? What would you say is the difference?
Wack acts more gangsta. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Okay.
He portrays more of a gangsta image, but he's the one that was flashing the fake badge. He was the one that was,
I mean, Charleston's character is kind of like, I will just on and hate on like everybody, including people that is very obvious that I should not, or that almost nobody would.
But I think Wack does that just with the exposing thing. Like he'll just go at random people and just have this random news about them. It's like, why is Wack involved in this? It's to keep himself in the news cycle, like that he's good at, but that's a kind of way to get yourself in the news cycle. I do feel like that about Wack.
Wack does do that. Definitely does that. Him and Charleston White, they try to pick individuals to go at. Charleston White just hoops and hollers, and Wack comes out with fake paperwork. They both got the same type of style, but they just do a little bit of different things within the style. So they are alike.
And I feel like he has like selective politicking. Like,
of course,
if you're his friend,
he does a pod with Adam. He does a pod with Adam every week, and he's telling me not to speak on black politics.
On Gucci Man, the same way you shit on these other snitch that you think is doing that. But I feel like if he's your friend, he won't on you, and that's what I don't like.
My thing about Wack though is that he's not so much about like on somebody for snitching. He's about exposing someone for snitching. Once they've been exposed, that's kind of like the end of it for him. He's not really like super interested in just like explaining why that person is no good or whatever, but he does really enjoy bringing these truths to the forefront.
Come on, Adam. You gotta relax, Adam. You gotta relax though, Adam, because Wack be lying a lot of times when he calls himself exposing people. It don't even be truthful. He makes up things about people. He picks individuals to do this, and he's not truthful, bro. So we can't act like, the shit he's doing is solid. Yeah. Come on, man.
The Gucci thing, Wack and everybody else, they didn't really have to do anything. Everybody saw it immediately. Oh, Gucci told on Pooh Shiesty. So there wasn't like that much work for him to do from that perspective.
But what he will do is he'll paint Gucci as a businessman, and then you'll paint all these other as this, because we all know Gucci Man is your friend.
But he also like it's
Gucci Man ain't Wack's friend. Wack is trying to get next to Gucci. That's what he doing. Wack and Gucci are not friends at all. Wack does not have a personal relationship with Gucci Man. Wack can't call Gucci Man and get him on the phone. He wouldn't talk to him. We already know Gucci Man's wife, Keisha Kior, wouldn't allow Gucci to be on the phone with Wack, knowing what he's doing on the internet every day. Yeah, we can already see that. So they are not friends.
Super transparent that Wack is playing favorites, because look at the reaction he had when QCP got exposed for snitching. It was like almost nothing.
But that hurts your credibility when you do stuff like that.
I just want Wack to keep the same energy. If everybody's snitching, then keep it that across the table. But don't, because you got certain type of relationship.
He's not gonna keep it the same energy because he a rat himself. What are you talking about?
Based on what?
What are you basing that on?
Man, on a whole lot.
I never knew.
You can't be saying that. I never knew.
I can say anything I want.
But where's your evidence?
I don't gotta prove nothing to nobody.
You're watering the streets down if you won't explain why you're calling him a rat.
The streets already watered down. It's out there for public.
I know, but this is the kind of stuff that waters it down when you call somebody a rat that doesn't have paperwork.
He do it all the time.
Come on, Adam. We all know that the bull is working with them folks, man. You know he's working with them folks. Straight up. Like, you gotta relax on that one. Acting like you don't know that Wack is working. Wack was suspect number 4. He's no longer suspect number 4. That's paperwork within itself. Wack isn't a witness in the case. He hasn't been questioned in the case. And he's been mentioned in the case for what he said to stop loose cannon and as a suspect. And Jay Reed mentioned him in loose cannon. But he hasn't been questioned. Like, that paperwork shit, the feds know exactly what they doing. Yeah, they got somebody valuable. They're not putting no paperwork out on them, ever. Wack's not going to have paperwork. So we can see what we observe and call it how we see it. We don't need to see black and white from the observation. My eyes ain't lying to me. My mind ain't playing tricks on me. But this is what goes on. People try to make it like nobody is seeing what they seeing, but they need to see this. Nah, the Bulls, them people, man.
So you're admitting that it's wrong. You're not saying that he does wrong shit.
Who did Wack rat on?
The people that are supposed to know that he's a rat. No.
So Wack told on somebody? Who?
Nobody has proof of this.
Well, you sound crazy.
I mean, I know. It's just.
No, I'm not capping for Wack, but I'm just saying I didn't know that he told on anybody.
It'll be a waste of energy to even go into that. So I just leave that shit alone. I don't.
Me too.
But then,
and what I can see is Munchie B says things on his platform, but I think Adam instructs him not to say certain things on the podcast. Yeah, I think Adam instructs the host not to say certain things about Wack ratting and being them people. So they got to be mindful on certain things that they say about Wack. Yeah, because they want to be on the podcast. But Adam playing like he don't know. Shit. I know well, if I was to run this shit down, the whole chat would be saying, yeah, Wack is them people. I don't know what Adam's talking about.
Wack also, part of his public message is that he thinks the streets are done, and that part of it is that he wants to expose the streets for being.
But when Ricky said that, he said he was going to have one of his sharks come and mark Ricky out and beat his ass and when he said the streets is dead. Wack called up there angry as hell. It was crazy. Or just saying.
And that's a question I got to Spody. Why can't we just renounce the streets? Will you not renounce the streets?
I think Spody does on the regular.
He renounces them a little bit.
He does all kinds of activism.
As far as what?
Like, gang banging was never profitable. You are one of the people that, nigga, you went to prison, you did this, you did all the tough, all of that. These little kids, like, you don't want to tell them because I see that sometimes I feel like you be straddling the fence a little bit.
How? Straddling the fence about what?
Because
I'm the only person on the internet that's saying I don't believe in gang violence.
No,
what are you talking about?
But at the same time, you'll be like, no, I don't believe in that civilian shit. And we can't tell on shit.
Jay Maine making a kind of mockery out of Pusha
he's not.
That's something he playing.
He's going to his ops hood and like shooting content and like publicly apologizing to people and shit.
You talking about content? I'm talking about real life.
Yeah. We see that Adam is covering for Wack. We do see that. He's covering for Wack, and he doesn't want to always expose him yet, but I think it's going to be a time that he does come out and eventually says more. But Moose Man could be the one. He could literally be the one that puts it out there without a care in the world. Munchie B says things, he does his thing, but I think Adam has told Munchie B to not go so hard. Yeah, don't say too much, because Wack is a part of the team, but Wack doesn't act like they're a part of the team. The boy Moose Man, he going at it. Doughboy, oh man, Wack straight crushed Doughboy, and we gonna play it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna play it in a second. Wack went ham on Doughboy. This why Doughboy is scared of Wack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sporty Face, he doesn't have enough direct energy. You know, he say little shit, but he don't got enough direct energy. Like, he's not, you know, putting it out there right, man. You know what I mean? He might say a little something here. I just feel like they don't know how to articulate this shit right, man. Because they living by these foo-fa-fi politics. So they don't know how to deliver the shit whereas though it's sitting solid. You know, you got to put all the politics aside when you dealing with a situation like this. Because this requires a different attention. You know, it requires a different breakdown. It requires to broaden your thinking outside of the gangs. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that is a problem for gang members. When you dealing with Wack, you can't put the gang life in your thoughts. You got to see exactly what he's doing and create, you know, your message exactly to what he's saying, what he's doing, what you're observing, and not to the way you're supposed to respond to things. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this live. Shout out to all y'all that be rocking with the channel, man. You know, we appreciate all of y'all. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You gotta deliver. You gotta deliver. You know what I mean? You can't slouch with it. You know, if you're gonna go at Wack, you got to go at him and deliver the message.